When a man does not feel appreciated, he becomes a version of a man that he can give you and still survive. That version of him is silent, frustrated, sharp with his words, non-communicative, and I promise you, you will not like that version because he has to become something that he can survive in.
Chivalry is not dead by any fault of men's. Chivalry is dead because of women, because of the mixed signals that they send men, and because even though it's supposed to be girls must stick together, we cannot seem to get on the same page with how men should and shouldn't react and act towards us. And before you come at me saying, oh, why are we blaming people? Well, that seems to be the only language that most modern-day feminists seem to understand, is the oppression Olympics language. Men are constantly being compared to savage animals, spiders, poisonous things, and we only seem to label men when they are at their worst. I, as a woman, I can say I want to be a stay-at-home mom, I want to have a career, I want to do nothing with my life and get into corn. I can do whatever I want, but a man does not have that luxury.
I forgot how useless men are nowadays. I remember a couple weeks ago, my car wouldn't start and it was the most annoying thing ever because it was 3 a.m. We just got out of a party, like we're tired, just want to go home.
So what you actually meant to say is it was the most annoying thing ever because you just left a party at 3 a.m. and you were planning on operating your motor vehicle while under the influence. You couldn't do that. Oh, boo-hoo. Yeah, that was probably the universe saving some random person's life.
My car wouldn't start. So naturally, I call every guy that I know that's in the greater Cincinnati area, right? Half of them were asleep, so I'm not mad at them. But of those that were awake, either they didn't have jumper cables or they didn't know what to do or they didn't know how to do it, blah, 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 blah.
Sorry, lady. When you said I called the men that I knew at 3 a.m. in the morning, I think you mispronounced I called all the men that I friend-zoned, and the reason why half of them didn't pick up is because I only call them when I want something, and the other half definitely had jumper cables, knew exactly what they were doing, but we're not going to come help your entitled ass.
Now, I'm not one for gender roles, but come on now. Is this who we are?
Really? Because didn't you just say...
So naturally, I call every guy that I know.
Exactly. Why would you naturally call a man and then say you're not one for gender roles? Yes, you absolutely are.
Is this who we are? And maybe asking Kobe, what about your girlfriends? All my girlfriends were in the car. So I need the men that I know, and they did not come through, and now I'm sick of men. I'm useless. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, the math just isn't mathing here. Men are useless because they didn't know how to do something or didn't have the tools to do something that you yourself didn't know how to do. I don't think I have ever felt so much secondhand embarrassment in my goddamn life. So does that mean that Chad and Brad can call you at 3 in the morning because his penis isn't working and he needs a woman who knows how to get it up? And if you're unable to do that, does that mean that you're useless? Or is it just a one-way street? But then we have this woman, and am I surprised that she has pink hair? Absolutely not.
Men, where would you get your food, electricity, and water? We'd be fine. We'd have everything we need, but we could also run at night.
Oh, we would be fine because in today's world, all we need is food and water to survive. I am so sorry. What makes you think that we would be okay? I wouldn't be okay. Do you think I want to do the jobs at the poop factory that's predominantly men? Nope. I am A-okay with them doing it, and I am even happier if they are paid more than me. Run at night. Girl, you are not running at night. Even if you could, you would not be doing it. To me, the epitome of privilege is being able to measure when we've reached equality, because it would seem to me that whenever a new statistic comes out that proves that men are oppressed on a greater scale than women, feminists bring out their dictionaries dusted off to redefine what oppression is. In fact, for most women watching this video, seeing that roughly 80% of arrests for men in the US is due to violent crimes probably makes you guys very nervous, because this is the only thing that feminists want you to see. Because apparently, according to feminists, the male experience is wrapped around being a dangerous animal or object, and apparently, just meeting a man will result in 1 in 6 chance of death. That is unequivocally false. Let's broaden those statistics before feminists start sharpening their pitchforks and lighting up their torches. 124 million is the rough population of the US. 0.2% of those men are the ones that are committing violent crimes. That is 1 in 500 men. It would look something like this. And although these tone-deaf experiments also completely ignore the fact that the majority of men also take up victims of violent crimes, not women, we live in a world where statistically it is actually safer to be a woman. But feminists don't want you to believe that because they want to keep controlling us, both women and men. We want women to think that empowerment is putting men down, creating a massive scare around them, and we want to convince men that part of what makes you a man is just dealing with it. Put up with it, take your chances, and be chivalrous. Well, ladies, what is it that you want? Do you want men to come across the city at 3 o'clock in the morning to give your car a jump? Because I'm pretty sure most of you would just be like, oh, he just wants pussy. Where are all the good men? Or are men useless? You wish that they would disappear. They should not approach you. I mean, which one is it? Because nowadays, men don't know if women want them to abide by their male box, which is you better provide and open doors and do this or do that. Or if you want them to just leave you the fuck alone. And personally, I think it's very obvious that men are just taking the second one. They are choosing to leave women the fuck alone because y'all are way too confusing and you base men's worth entirely around what they can provide for you. Chivalry is dead, ladies and gentlemen, because of women like this. So please remember something. You do not owe women anything. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe them a helping hand. You don't owe them the time of day. And you especially do not owe them to drive over to their house at 3 o'clock in the morning. Not even their house, some fucking random party. Bitch, I could get robbed. So, you know, I'm followed home, somebody breaks in and they sodomize me. Okay, this has gone too far. Chivalry is dead. These women deserve no dick, and don't do a goddamn thing for any woman who expects it from you. Thank you.
Don't gotta be oh baby, no, it'll be okay.